How has Waterloo Region's housing market grown over the last 20 years? Today we're going to take a look at the progression of a specific home built in 2000 that sold for just over $155,000, how it's grown in value, and what it's worth today. I'm Matt Rooney, and this is the best of Waterloo Region. People are always asking me what I think their house is worth in today's market, and they're rightfully curious to know how much their investment has earned since their original purchase. It got me thinking that showing how our market has evolved here in the region with a specific example might better highlight the growth than in the videos where I just spit stats and percentages at you. This home is in Grand River North, and as I mentioned, sold for just over $155,000 when it was first constructed. A lot of the surrounding neighborhoods were still under development back then, but schools, homes, and commercial real estate have all been popping up all over ever since. The home is a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,200 square foot raised bungalow with a double-car garage, finished basement, and the property backs onto green space. It's actually a very nice home. I'm sure you'll remember that in 2008, we hit a bit of a recession, what with the collapse of the American housing market, but after a quick bounce back, this home sold for $307,000 in 2011. That's almost double the money over 11 years. In 2016, we saw the beginning of a big spike in our housing market. Demand seemed to go through the roof overnight, but the 5 years before that were relatively slow growing, with the average detached home going up in value a little less than 3% a year. Then, boom, 2016 hits and the average detached home grows 11% in 1 year. Even more shocking is the 19% growth from 2016 to 2017. This house sold in the early months of 2016 for $350,000. The owners got in just as the buying frenzy was beginning, and you can see that the value of their home between 2011 and 2016 followed the market pretty closely. Which brings us to today. On average, since 2016, the average detached home in our region has grown in a value about 9% a year. But that's to date, and we still have a lot of 2020 to get through. Our example home is beating the market trend, which makes sense as they're on the lower side of the price range for detached homes around here. If they were to list today, their home would sell for a bit over $500,000, maybe more depending on the timing of the market. It's worth noting that this house is relatively unchanged since its construction 20 years ago. There's been some new flooring and a few paint jobs, a deck and a hot tub were added, but nothing that's substantially raised the value of the property. This house has grown in value simply because the demand for homes in our region has grown. If the owners here decided they wanted to renovate some key areas of their home, like the kitchen and bathrooms, they could easily see their home sell for closer to $600,000. I know we're seeing a lot of economic factors at play to start 2020, but as long as our population continues to grow at the rate it's going, it's unlikely that we'll see prices drop anytime soon. Over 20 years, this home has grown in value by about $350,000. Originally sold for $155,000, then sold 11 years later for $307,000. 5 years after that, it sold for $350,000, and today, its value sits around $500,000. If you ever have any questions about real estate or are curious what your home is worth, please feel free to give me a call or shoot me an email. I'd be happy to offer my 2 cents. That's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time as we continue to explore the best of Waterloo Region.